Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Scott Tyndall's Home Shop. I'm Scott, and walking out of the room,
Sarah.
She's going to get her shoes and stuff on. As you can see, a new tool for the shop, for the wood shop. As if I need new tools. All right, I got the covers off because I was tightening up the bearings because the saw head was flopping. Excuse me, let me pass by you there. And this video is just an introduction video. We're wiping it down.
Daddy, what else did you need me to do?
Allen wrenches.
Okay, thank you.
So we're wiping it down. It does run. My father gave it to me. We got to build a table. I got to take and build the clamps for the fence. We don't know what happened to the ones that came with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill. Well, this may have too many holes in it. I think I got some square stock out in the shop. Oh, I got some more over there. I'm just going to put a bolt, thread it, put a short bolt in it that'll hook in these holes down here. I'll show some stills of the holes right here. Okay. And then you run a thumb bolt up from the back side. And I'll probably use a C-clamp to make it. Maybe. I might not use aluminum, I might use steel. But what I'll do is I'll just cut this off right here. I mean, these are clamps are $1 or something at Walmart. And this goes on the saw. If you can see, let me swing you down here. And these holes right here. So I'll put that on right there. And it clamps up against the table. We'll have to make all that. But that's a project in the future. So we're just, get you back up here. Sorry about all the moving around there. We're just having a little difficulties with things. So we're, like I said, I was cleaning up the table. Cleaning up the saw head. Yes, radial arm saws are dangerous. No, Tyr will not be allowed to use this saw. This radial arm saws, if they are not done properly, can run away with you. Get on top of the board and come flying out. All you have to do is just hold on to it. I have used a radial arm saw in high school. I've used a radial arm saw with my father. It's not my first time. And I hope that it's not my last. I'm going to take off the guard and clean that. You just loosen this thumb bolt up right here. Come on. Just loosen that thumb bolt up and take that off. You have it? Alrighty.
Is this gonna work? Or do I need this?
Yeah, that should work.
Okay. This?
Alright, look here. I just want to take this out to the shop. We need a place to put bolts. A parts tray. Here, I'm going to lay it right up here.
Okay.
Right here in the left corner.
Left corner.
Okay, all the way in the corner is the nut for this.
Okay.
So this is the thumb screw for the guard that I just took off. So I'm just cleaning up the saw. The saw's been sitting in my granddad's garage for
Hand me that bolt.
10-15 years. Okay. I'll put the nut in there too. We're going to take it out there and clean everything up in the shop. Alright, we're going to put these guards back on here in just a minute as soon as I blow it out. Watch your face back up. Alrighty.
Okay.
So there'll be a project of making the table.
Yeah, we gotta fix
Two things. We're either going to buy
the table
the nuts, the thumb bolts.
or
They're called table clamps, and we'll put a picture in. Pop up a picture right here. Yes. For those, we're either gonna make them or buy them.
Or
All I really have to do is take a block of aluminum or steel, thread it, put a bolt through the bottom, through these little keyhole slots, put it down here like this, tighten it down, and then I can just drive a wedge, a wooden wedge, or a steel wedge. I can drive a wedge in here to tighten the fence up, and when I need to take it out, I'll make the gap big enough so that the thin end of the wedge is thick enough to hit it with a hammer, and you just tap it out, and then you can change your fence out. So you have two fences, one back here, an intermediate table, another fence, and then a big table. So when you want to rip a full 25 inches, it requires the saw to be flipped to the outside and running on the very back fence. You take this fence out. So that's why that needs to be a threaded bolt. So I can do a threaded bolt no problem. All I have to do is take a piece of flat steel, weld it, put it on that put it on this C-clamp body right here. Take a piece of a bolt, a stud in this case, and weld it to this, tack it, and then weld a piece of flat steel so this has something to sit on. And I can put a nut on the bottom of it, and then I can take this right here, and then all this will be gone. I'll do away with all of this, and then I'll have this flat piece right here that keeps it from going through the hole, and then a bolt going down what tightens it up.
okay.
And it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. Once you get it set in here, you don't have to tighten it up. It catches in there and cocks back a little bit. You can tighten it up, but you just get it really close, and it'll slide in, and then when you tighten it up, it just pushes back and pushes on the table. So I could use a C-clamp and modify it, or I can find the piece, like I said.
Anyway.
Alright. So now all we're doing is just, I'm just cleaning it up. Just getting all the grit and grime off of it.
Yes, get all the grit and grime.
Right here. We'll put a little grease on the column so that it doesn't rust back up. Hand me your oil can.
Do you rust the rust?
We'll just put a little oil right there. I'm just going to oil what's exposed right now. I'm not going to worry about that rust at the top. You never have to let it down that far. If you do let it down that far, you're cutting into your table. You'd never let it down that far.
Oh, God.
It was actually let down and didn't rust because of that. I don't think I can turn it. Let me get over here right quick, excuse me. We'll swing it back around a little bit so that the handle will clear. See? Like that. There you go. Alright. Now, Tara, we can put these back on.
Okay.
And these little keepers right here, we won't, hand me the soap. Step over there. These little keepers right here, we won't adjust until we get it put on. And the fence, table made in the fence and all that, because that's how you zero it out. So your little cut guide, your little tape measure works.
Tape measure?
Yes. And I don't know how we're going to do that. Maybe with a fine tip Sharpie, you can redraw the lines. You have to get it.
All you have to do is fix these lines. I mean, things out here. I mean, everything over here is fine.
Yeah, just do the lines. Or if I can find a tape measure, tape. But you know what? We may be able to find this cover on eBay or something, and just change the whole cover out.
What's this one?
That's to let the saw pivot. pull this arm over here, pull that forward, raise this up, then turn the saw. It's in, and then you can turn it out. Turn it all the way around for ripping. Lock it in. See, it's loose. When you push that back, hold on. Oh, there we go. You have to tighten the saw up.
Oh.
Alright, so now
Yes.
we'll just flip it up. I got the guard off because we're going to go clean that bolt. So here's the cover. Screwdriver. I was tightening up the rollers and greasing them. Hold on. You know what? Instead of fighting that, let me put my glasses on and you shine a flashlight right there. And there's yours right back there. Oh, you don't need to tighten them up that tight. It's plastic. And you need to make sure you hold the screwdriver in there nice and tight. Last thing you want to have to do is drill out a screw on this thing. Alright, so there's that one on. Alright, can you come put this one on?
Movement.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Whoa! When you get done with that, stop the camera. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. Right.
Hello. Alright, I'm putting the screws for this other side in. And, uh-oh. Now we're gonna screw these in carefully. Go. Go it in. Little, not big snug, tiny bit. You don't want to do it real tight, like put the big monkey on it. A little bit tight. And they are on there, and there you go.
Right, we're back. We had to take a little pause there. Well, this is the piece that runs in the back of the saw. It tightens it up. And this is how you square it. Once you get your table on there and everything. Well, this is actually just how you tighten it up. One Allen bolt runs in and pulls it out. and you run the other one in to push it in, to take the wobble out of it. And you loosen it up here, I think, to zero it. So this is tapered. So what we have to do is we have to remember to push it in. You have to let this one. This is drilled further out, and this was drilled further in. You run this in, it tries to slide down in here and push us forward. And if you run this one in, it tries to pull it back. So that's what we're going to do now. And then there's a little wiper that you run in so that it doesn't clunk, 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 go down like that when you let it down. So right now, you know, this piece just goes in the back right here. Alright, so now I got this one out, and I want to run this one in to take up, to make it push that piece in. Alright, so we're going to evidently, oh, we need to tap it just ever so slightly to seat it. There we go. Took all the slop out of it. Now, before we run this one in, let's move you back a little bit. Sorry for the moving forward and backwards. I don't have a zoom on the camera. Let's get this back around here where I can turn the handle. Alright, so now it's a little tight. So when I run this one in, this one should take some of the slack out. I mean, it should back it off just enough to keep it from being so tight. Alright, it doesn't. So now we're going to loosen this one up on this side. Just a smidgen. Well, when I do that, it's loose, but it's wobbling again. A little bit of flex in the saw. Alright. So let's put a little oil on it. Let a little oil run down past it. Now mind you, I'm going to build a heavy table for this, and this will all be leveled and bolted down so it won't be flexing as much as it is here on the table. Let me make sure this is not. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's see here. Alright. So we'll snug that up just a little bit. Alright. Now the next thing we have to do is, now mind you, we don't have the proper table, we don't have the fence, so we're not trying to square the saw. We're just getting the slop out of that. And now I got to check this to make sure that it's wired for 110. But you've already run the saw, because it has a 110 cord on it. So let's make sure that it's, yes, it is wired for 110. Alright, let's put that back in there. Alright. There we go. Not sure why you'd ever want to go to 90. Oh, you can't. You go to 45. Wait a minute, hold on. And this one is missing. Well, we can fix that. Just need to scribe a line right there to see it. Alright. So there's that. So let's push it back around where she'll sit. Actually, she's going to sit on the other side of the room. We've got to build a table for her. And so we got the rollers fixed. Let me step over here on this side. Put the travel lock back in, carriage lock. A little bit of squeak. Let's take the trigger lock out. No, trigger doesn't work. I have to figure out how to, we'll see if it's got any bearings that I can grease in it. Not. So, anyway. Helping me. So we're going to, I don't know if I'm going to set it right here. Well, that's just taking up a whole lot of workbench. Okay. But I'll probably set it over there. And this would be for short stuff. I don't plan on doing really long stuff. And that's so it's like the precursor to the slide compound saw. You can do tenons with this. You can do dados with it. You can do lots of things with the radial arm saw. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See y'all later. Bye.